I've been waking at 10 missed calls. Another email that I ain't replied to. Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Premier Battles. I go by the name of Bison Briggz, one of the co-owners of the league alongside Shotty Horror, and this is the Premier Battles podcast. Today's episode, I'm joined by a UK battle rap legend. Not only that, he's pretty much a central part of the King of the Ronos team and now the Don't Flop team. Hulk, what's going on? Very good.
What's happening around? And thank you for that intro, man. I don't regularly get called a legend. So, in terms of UK battle rap, I'm a legend in my household, so that's what matters.
But you know what the thing is, especially with people like yourself, like you've been in the scene for fucking hell. I think you got in the same time, similar to me, really. I mean, I was about 9 years, 10 years, me now. I was doing the lower events in London.
2012 feels like it was a long time, innit? But in reality, I tried out the same year as Big J, the same year as C Major, Bamalam. Like I tried out in 2012, but because 2012, the early tryouts were so good and kind of went quite viral so quickly, the late half of 2012, it didn't kind of match up really, to be honest with you. I tried out with like, the people that I tried out with on the card, I think me and Quill probably are the only two that's still remotely involved in battling. Out of like 20 odd people on the card.
That's mad, because you you did the Sniper E battle, you battled Flex Explicit as well, if I remember, in the park. Yeah. Do you think there was a reason why you didn't sort of catch on as fast as some of the others at the time? Because watching back your battles in the early days, you've not changed your style really at all, even now.
I haven't. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't as good in some battles. Like I can always admit that there's a lot of battles where I didn't really care too much, didn't prepare as much as I should have, didn't take it as seriously as I should have, and didn't really think of my branding as a whole. I just kind of went and pissed about. I've done a lot of inside jokes and stuff that no one's going to get, just to entertain myself. But I just think that battle rap kind of changed, and with it, like I was there at the forefront of people asking for kind of more street guys, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I suppose where my background comes from the streets a little bit, I suppose people respect the authenticity and a lot of the stuff that I say. And it just helped. Like, obviously, I went over and done a couple of battles on Gifted the Gab and stuff. And just kind of helped those guys as well kind of get more introduced into the wider scene of UK battle rap and kind of just stood, I suppose, at the forefront at the time of like street bars compared to like Your Mum and stuff like that. Although I've always done both, I feel like I'm a comedian as well, so
yeah,
I don't label myself, but I did kind of push that envelope a bit.
I think when you came in as well, like you still get it a little bit now, but especially 2012 was sort of the heavy fucking joke era of UK battle rap. Obviously that's never gone away, but the top guys at that time were like your Innuendos, your O'Shea's, so I always noticed when someone came in with a bit of a street style, it took 2 or 3 battles for the crowd to even give a shit what they were saying. It was like they wanted it, but they didn't want it to be there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I think like I remember as well at the time, there was like a kind of debate online about the next title match at Don't Flop, and people are kind of forgotten that O'Shea was the title winner. I think, who did he win it against? Censor, I think it might have been.
Yeah, I think so.
But it was all just quiet. There wasn't any title talks or whatever. A load of new fans have come. Everything's gone viral, and then there was a post from Don't Flop. It might have been Viewpoint about the next title match, if Viewpoint existed then. And loads of people were thinking, yeah, Tony D versus this one, Tony D versus that one. And loads of comments had already had, like, in their mind, Tony D was the champion.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, well, if O'Shea's the champ and everyone thinks Tony D's the champ anyway, then we might as well. But I think Tony D as well helped usher in that different kind of style in it. And it was a massive style clash, Tony D versus O'Shea, that probably changed the way battle rap went on. Because I think if O'Shea won that, then a lot of people would have carried on trying to do O'Shea style.
Yeah.
But in fact, Tony D won that, and loads of people thought, okay, I can punch like that, I can wordplay like that, I'm going to try and do that and be the next champ. That's what I feel.
Yeah, definitely. You know, obviously, being in this sort of shit, the length amount of time we've been in this, you notice the sort of cycles of what people are interested in. Like, when Luna came through, everyone was your mum jokes. That was the big thing. Then you have, like, your Shotties, your Mark Bliss, your Grizzard. Everyone's style sort of changes. What do you think it is now? I think it's quite balanced a bit now, though. Like, people are getting love if you are a writer to the same as a joker.
It's balanced, but there's no there's nothing viral about anything at the moment.
Yeah.
It's all the same-ish. Like no one's doing anything different.
No, I get that.
suppose.
But I said to Pamphlet the other day. Pamphlet said the same thing. Like back in sort of the early Don't Flop days, when Don't Flop was at its sort of peak, you had, if Lunacy could make a card, there was 5 or 6 other names in that sort of bracket you could pick from. If Pamphlet could make a card, you would have had Pedro or Mickey Worthless or that sort of category. Now I feel like there's a line of sort of top tier guys, but then within them categories, it's not thick enough to sustain. Does that make sense? It's not thick enough to go, right, if I can't get Hulk, who's similar to Hulk on this card, but he's not available? Like, that's what I think they're missing. Whereas that's why Don't Flop could sustain top tier cards for 5 years straight of just running big events.
Definitely.
I think that, how do you think we get sort of back to getting that? Obviously, because you're staff members now and obviously you work for King of the Ronalds. Do you think that's just finding new talent or?
It's new, unique people. It's convincing people that we know can rap, that we know can entertain, that we know that are funny to give battle rap a go. Yeah. And I'm telling you, like, it's not about battle rap fans becoming battlers. I don't think there's many successful people in the last few years, but a lot of the people that you asked from back in the day that tried out, they weren't like heavy long-term battle rap fans because they've been watching it for maybe a year or two and then tried out.
Yeah.
A lot of the tryouts now, like you look at people like Sean Cray, you look at people like Marvel, you look at people like even Bamalam, like people were in the background of old Don't Flop videos. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you think, wow, like I said with Sean Cray, he was in the background of like old 2011 Don't Flop videos. And he tried out, he done his first Don't Flop battle in 2019.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So there's people who have been fans for so long. I think it's hard for you to try out after that. I think it's better to try out when you've got your own unique idea of what you're doing and your own unique vision of what you're trying to say, and the difference that you can bring to this is going to be different. You've seen too much already, I think. Like it's embedded in your brain what you think you're supposed to bring.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think a similar thing to what I said to Pamphlet on it was like, a lot of fans did, especially after the sort of Mark Chris Blizzard explosion, everyone wanted to be a battle rapper. And to be fair, 90% of them got killed and never came back even as a fan again.
That's it. There's a lot of people who can say they've been a battle rapper in the UK, man. A lot. And like I said to you, the tryout event that I tried out at, like, there was Corrupt Dialect, there was obviously Big Sarters, there was Euphorical, who's obviously doing good stuff now and carried on doing it. But there was like loads of names, bro. There was 20-something of us, and like loads of them never battled again. Some of them tried and done a few and weren't able to get battles. And I think that's a factor as well. Like back in the day, people just weren't able to get battles, bro.
Yeah.
So it seemed a bit more prestige in it. It seemed a little bit more like hard to get, hard to do. So the guys who are getting battles, people are looking at them, or even supporting them, or they're envying them. But either way, they're getting the attention, isn't it?
Yeah, that definitely used to be sort of prestigious thing to say, a battle for Don't Flop. Because there was about a 2-year period when it was virtually impossible to get on a Don't Flop card if you didn't already battle because they didn't do tryouts.
The funny thing is, the first battle I ever tried to set up was for Distract MC, the kid who apparently got kidnapped in Nicaragua.
Yeah, I remember this.
And basically, he was inboxing me, and he was like, "Oh, look, Don't Flop. I want to get a battle on Don't Flop, but they keep saying to me." And this was before I was involved in King of the Ronalds.
Yeah.
And Sistik dissed me about this in our battle and said the flyer was made on Microsoft Paint. I think that was like quite a good multi in it. But like basically the guy was inboxing me saying, "I can't get a battle on Don't Flop. I need a battle so I can actually like have a battle to send to her to say like, look, this is what I'm like, give me a battle." So I must have booked the event just in a park or whatever, got him a battle, and he didn't show up, innit? One of them ones. But it was like them days there, like a lot of people, like they was trying and Distract ended up on Don't Flop after he went on King of the Ronalds a couple of times and this, that and the other.
Yeah.
And then Don't Flop gave him a shot. But at the same time, it's like nowadays you can get a battle just, I don't know how, them ones.
it is a lot easier to. I think that's just because the talent pool is so thin as well. Like you say, when we was doing it was so difficult to get on Don't Flop. It was 40 names in the top tier bracket. Nowadays, it's probably less than 10 top tiers. Fucking hell. When you actually sit and think of like the way the scene's gone, like that is mad. But I think there's a few people that are coming through though.
My second battle on Don't Flop, yeah, I basically finessed the whole situation, innit? Because after my tryout, even though I felt like I blatantly clearly beat Sniper E, I wasn't getting booked for no battles, and Sniper E was, innit?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, I was obviously trying to hit up the Don't Flop team for some battles and that. And as any tryout would, like, I felt like I didn't do my best, and like I know I could come back and smash it, etc. And I wasn't getting booked for no battles, and I see Sniper E get booked for a couple of battles, and then they announced the tournament, the 2-on-2 tournament.
Yeah.
So I hit up Sniper E. I was like, bro, if Sniper E's getting booked, then if I join the tournament with him,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna kind of use the allegiance that I've built with him already from battling him and try and get another battle, basically. And we join the tournament, and that's my highest view battle still to this day. So it's like cool. Like I think we spent 25 quid each in it. I think it was 50 quid to join the tournament. But it's like, either way, that's still my highest view battle today. So I think that was a good little investment, and it was a good
we got your foot back in the door.
For me. That's it.
How long was you before you left?
About a year or so, I'd say. About a year and a bit.
How many battles did you have? Because I remember you only having a couple, really. Then you went.
That's what I'm saying. That's part of the reason why I felt like it was cool for me to leave Don't Flop, because I didn't feel like I was getting any battles anyway. And none that I cared about. Like, so I battled. I done my tryout versus Sniper E. Then I done the 2-on-2s versus Cracker and C Major, and then I battled Liquid. And then I battled Cystic, and then I battled Flex Explicit, and then I battled Money Mitch. And then I battled Oddie, actually, which went on the Don't Flop extra channel. But Oddie was my last Don't Flop battle. And it's mad because I battled Oddie in the same week as I done my first King of the Ronalds battle. Yeah. But it wasn't anything to do with me leaving Don't Flop or anything. But it just happened to be that was the same week that happened. The last battle of Don't Flop and the first battle of King of the Ronalds.
Yeah. Did you sort of join King of the Ronalds straight away as staff, or did you just go there to battle?
I just battled there. I battled the first King of the Ronalds battle I did. I got paid to do it. It was versus Big J. Me and Big J said, yeah, we're mates. Let's have a joke battle. Both get paid. It was the day before. It was the day of my brother's stag do. So it was just a bit of a laugh, like, you know. Yeah. But yeah, that was it really. And then I done a couple battles for. I done another battle for King of the Ronalds versus Do, the Norwegian guy. Yeah. And then on the way back in the van, Mickey was like, "Yo, do you want to come in as staff and run the league with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool."
So who was actually staff for Ronalds? Was it just you, Balski, and Mickey, or just you and Mickey for a bit?
Yeah, it was just me and Mickey for a bit. Well, no, it was me, Mickey, and Haywood.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Wayne Rooney MC.
Yeah, fucking hell.
That was his name when he tried out for Don't Flop.
He still gets brought up in little conversations here and there just because of that name.
Yeah. He started, but he owned the ASD company, innit?
Yeah.
So obviously all of the snapbacks and stuff, that was all him, innit?
So did you notice a difference? Because it's unusual for me to talk to sort of another league owner who's used to booking talent and stuff like that, because everyone is pretty much a battle and there's only a small amount of us that do it. Did you notice a difference in doing that for King of the Ronalds to just battling?
In what way?
Like, did you get treated differently by battlers and people in the scene and stuff?
Not really, because obviously when I joined King of the Ronalds, it wasn't a cool thing to do to go against Don't Flop. And this is the thing, like, even when I joined King of the Ronalds, don't get me wrong, like, because you was part of Don't Flop as a company and as a staff member, we was instantly your rivals and we were bad-mouthing Don't Flop and that. So automatically you have a loyalty in it to, like, kind of back your brand and do your thing. So there was a lot of, like, it wasn't technically the smart thing to do, but it was just something that was done with the heart in it and not the brain in it.
Mate, fucking up. Because when you joined King of the Ronalds, was I even Don't Flop staff at that time?
I'm not sure, but it was either around the time or shortly after.
Yeah, because I remember when I did join Don't Flop as staff, King of the Ronalds was like the annoying fucking little brother. Like
Yeah.
the whole sort of marketing approach. Even some of the things were funny as fuck that he did, like putting Er's face on flyers and stuff like that. Like, you probably didn't think they had much of an impact, but they definitely was getting spoken about in the group chat, like
Of
laughing
course,
at it.
we knew that. We knew, but that's the thing. Like, it's funny because like I'd always like think about like the red JSDs and
Yeah,
wrapped in wires and all of these other leagues that existed and get slated, and there's quite a few little leagues that have existed. Like the tally's quite big, but you can say all of them, Poetic Warfare, they all tried to help out. Don't flop. They
yeah,
all tried to come and kiss Rowan's ass and say, look, we're here to help you out. We just want to. But blah blah blah. Even Dub Scandal now, innit? They don't want no beef with anyone. They
yeah,
just like, you get me? But with King of the Ronalds, it was the first league ever in the UK to say, fuck, don't flop. The way Don't Flop said, fuck, jump off, King of the
yeah.
Ronalds was the
That's it.
first people to say, fuck, don't flop, and
Yeah.
build a brand based around fuck, don't flop. And it did get like a little bit tedious. It did get a bit like, right, we don't even really feel this deep no more, but
Yeah,
we're just kind of running with it for a branding situation, isn't it?
yeah.
Like,
Cool. Well, it worked for us because it did have that sort of allure to it from battlers who did fall out with Don't Flop, and the first thing they would do was go King of the Ronalds. It's like fucking
the
back in
list
the
was piling up.
Yeah, it was definitely something. King of the Ronald, even though like Don't Flop was saying doing checkpoint in the birthdays, these big events, King of the Ronald still wasn't. No matter how, I'm being honest, no matter how Don't Flop tried to completely remove King of the Ronald from the scene, it would never go. It was like a
Yeah,
little cult. It was like a little
yeah.
fucking.
They tried to get us banned about even being mentioned in the Viewpoint forum and shit, like proper went deep. But like one of the joke things is like Michael White. Obviously, Ur and Mickey Worthless were fans of Michael White when they were friends.
Yeah,
So when Ur got Michael White to come and battle on Checkpoint, I think it was Checkpoint 2 that Michael White came to battle. And
yeah,
Mickey Worthless obviously messaged him and said, come and battle me in the park or whatever around the corner the day before.
yeah,
But the way he did it is that he named the event Checkpoint 3, but not the number 3, like
yeah,
Checkpoint FREE, like it's free because it's in the park. And it's like he just took the Checkpoint flyer and put, instead of Checkpoint 2, he put Checkpoint 3. And it was just like, bro, it's just such a piss take. Like, and you've got the guy that they've probably paid his flights and everything, and he's still gonna come and battle in the park. Like, it was just, yeah, it was just all just like trolling, man. It
yeah.
was all just taking the fucking piss.
It was successful though. Like when you look back at King of the Ronalds now, some of the names that are still in UK battle rap now came from King of the Ronalds, like your Canels and your GWEs and who else have you had on there? Who else did you end up booking that have sort of become people now?
Not that many people, to be honest with you. I get your game plan, Briggz. You're trying to interrogate me for the new tryouts and that, innit? For the academy, for the next academy. No, do you know what it is? To be honest with you, there was only a few like Canal, Mackenzie, Lazy,
Yeah,
like a few decent people came from there, but there was a big pile of shit show. But the whole point of King of the Ronalds was like, let's make it entertaining,
yeah,
even if the battles are shit. Like, if we mark them off, there's going to be people that are going to find that entertaining anyway, because there's people sitting at home watching shit don't flop tryouts, and everyone's like, hold it down, respect the MCs.
yeah.
Like, bruv, you've actually came to an event and tried out in front of 100 people or whatever, 50 people, 20 people, whatever, and you're standing there rapping like that or choking or whatever. Like, who gives a fuck? Even if it was me, like, I'd expect people to be like, oh, like, come on, man. One of them ones. So it's like, we kind of just wanted to make sure, like, Mickey Worthless is a very good entertainer, innit? It was the Mickey Worthless show, innit? Everyone else was extras. The battle rappers and that were just extras.
Was there anything you wish you would have done with King of the Ronalds that you never ended up doing?
I wasn't involved in it like that, innit? Like, I never had no creative control over it like that.
Ah, right, okay.
I organised events and stuff, but I wasn't involved in the branding that much. Or like, if I thought of an event name, I'd think of it based on something that Mickey was doing or going with, or a vibe he was on. Do you get me? If I created a flyer or I booked certain battlers, it would most of the time be based on a vibe that Mickey was going on, and I know that he'd kind of want for his brand. Do you get me? all I did is I made money off of events that I put on. I might have lost money on events that I put on, but I was the whole kind of online stuff and the promotion and stuff, like his YouTube account. He's made money on YouTube. I don't know how much. I've never asked him how much. I don't care how much. I never was involved in any of that. I've never uploaded a video. I think I uploaded one video to King of the Ronalds and then he changed the password like straight away. So
yeah, pure trust then.
Yeah.
So obviously King of the Ronalds doesn't sort of exist anymore as a league because obviously you wrapped it up at 5 years. Do you think you would have still been with King of the Ronalds now, or did you think your time would sort of run its course?
I left before it wrapped up. I left before it wrapped up.
Oh, did you? How come?
I just did, man. I just felt like it wasn't something that I felt like it was kind of limiting me in a way, man. Like I think I just felt like it had run its course, and there's no point being involved in something that someone's already got a plan for an end for.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing then? Just carrying a dead horse till the end, like just over the finish line, just to say we completed the race. That's not what really was.
Should that definitely had sort of an effect on you as a battle rapper, having that King of the Ronalds tag on you when you did step away from it?
Yeah and no, innit? Like, remember we built like a little bit of a niche culture, innit? So even if I put up something and it gets 200 views, like 100 of them people are probably King of the Ronalds people. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just the way it goes, man. Like you got to take and you got to give and take, innit? I think I didn't, like I said, everything I did with King of the Ronalds was a decision from the heart and not the brain, innit?
Yeah.
I know from a branding point of view as a battle rapper, I shouldn't have went anywhere near King of the Ronalds. But from the heart and the same way you lot all did in the end when you lot said, do you know what, I'm not fucking with you. I don't like your attitude, blah, blah, blah. Everyone just did that a little bit too late. Do you get me? And we just set the trend and just did it first. And then we was looking at people like, bro, we blatantly know you feel the same way.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But everyone's like riding against us, like, no, you lot are dickheads, you lot are taking the piss, you lot are blah, blah, blah. And then in the end, everyone did it anyway. And then that's what made us laugh. Like when people started coming to our events and people started, like battlers started trying to come and it's like, bro, I swear 3 weeks ago you was telling everyone don't watch King of the Ronalds. And now like you're here actually battling for free.
Did you notice that a lot? Because I've noticed things like that, like when, say for example, a battle rapper will fall out with Don't Flop Now, or just before this all happened, they would straight away be in my DM like, yo, fancy booking us for something, like you've not spoke to me for 2 years, like.
Yeah.
It is mad. So when you left King of the Ronalds, was sort of Prem your next step then, or did you go somewhere else before that? I know you did a couple of gab battles and stuff in between, didn't you?
Yeah, I've just always been open to different leagues. Even when I left King of the Ronalds, I still went and battled at their last event, innit? So, like, I just battle for whoever asked me to, basically. But in terms of organising events and stuff, I just ended up. It was Mickey, obviously. Mickey ended King of the Ronalds and then started fucking with Don't Flop again. And then Mickey basically hit me up with, like, yo, you lot need to run training days. And then Mickey was like, nah. And then I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it because Mickey ain't doing it. And in the end, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, realistically, why am I just waiting to see what I might as well just do my own thing. So I just said, yeah, I'm just going to go and run training days, basically.
So who's running that now? Is that just yourself? Obviously, with Rowan running Don't Flop, is it just you?
Danny Jack's come back trying to put his foot in the door as usual.
So is he running training days now? Because at first he said he was just doing cold.
Yeah, no, he's not running training days, but I think there's some sort of, I can't really speak on it too much because I don't know that much, but there's some sort of link up now between Code Red and Don't Flop where Danny Jack and I think Craig as well possibly are working with Don't Flop. So that's where the next in line events or whatever they're going to be called in future. There's still Danny Jack and his little franchise. So
right, okay, it's just like a cross brand thing. So, because have you done any training day events so far? Because I know you've done the freestyle tournaments and stuff, but they went up on Don't Flop, didn't they?
I did a free training days event in London where I freestyle battled DK and Marlo and Impact battled, and there was another couple battles, and I did another one where Impact battled Mackenzie, Frost battled Lefty, but they were just free outdoor events in the summer last year. We did one in Leeds where Sean O'Mac battled Matter. So yeah, there was a couple little ones, but we were just building it up in it, and then obviously Reinstated was meant to be like, okay, this is going to be the standard of event that we're dealing with moving forward. So yeah, just then COVID just shut everything down.
Yeah, it's killed everything on it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. What's your sort of plans with? Have you got any sort of plans you want training days to go down, or things you won't mind doing that you didn't have the chance with Kingdom Ronalds?
Not necessarily, man. I just always want to feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like I like to be involved in battle rap. I'm not always going to be rapping. I'm not always going to want to rap. I feel like I've got a lot to give to the battle rap community, innit? So, like, even whether it's for King of the Ronalds or for Don't Flop or whatever, I'm just trying to, like, be creative and help build the scene. And I can say, do you know what? Cool. I've brought people like Mackenzie and Canel and that to the forefront. I put on Bobby Rex versus Bilzar, King of the Ronalds most viewed battle, like all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, I can just say like I'd rather do that and just help everyone know what UK battle rap's properly about. Because at the same time, we can do all of this having a laugh, but even when we put on like shit battles like Fozzy versus Jack or whatever, like we got to laugh. We got to laugh about that. We've got to have a laugh in the room. Like, even when people are like, oh, you threatened Fozzy, but you let Big J say the M word. I didn't threaten Fozzy like that. That's how us lot would talk to each other anyway.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But it's how Big J would respond to me, and then me and him would end up running it off like as a joke. Do you get me? The way Fozzy meant it and didn't really have the backbone to be who he is, and just kind of crumbled in the moment. It's like, bruv, just get out, bruv. You know, one of them ones, just get out, bruv. You're not welcome. You don't belong here, bruv. Like, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. It's hard to explain, but yeah, you know what I mean.
That Fozzy battle, did you knew that was going to have the sort of reaction it did when you put it out?
Yeah, that's why in the battle, Fozzy goes, I bet this is probably going to come out on YouTube. And I was on camera, and I goes to him, bruv, it's already out, mate. I said, it's already out. It's going to be out by the time you get home.
Fuck's sake. Did he ever hit you up after it, like say take it down or anything? Or
nah, he's commented on loads of battles and stuff. Like he posts. Tony D said in a bar, I'd be the most viewed. I'd be the most views. I'd be the most viewed battler on your channel if it wasn't for that white boy saying the N word. I think that was in him versus Dialect.
Yeah.
And Fozzy commented on it saying, "Stop being jealous, Tony." Something like he just.
So he's still like,
yeah, definitely.
Do you prefer the battling side of it or the more promoting side?
For fun, the battling side. Obviously, for business terms, the promoting side, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could put on a free event and get people who want to battle for free. And you can still just kind of like know that you've helped develop people. You've built like networks and contacts. Like there's so much like things like people don't get, like people struggle. There's certain rappers and that in it that come and they want to try get involved and talk money, and they want to talk about getting paid, and they want to talk about getting involved in putting on events, and they want to talk about business aspects, but they can't hold down a job in McDonald's. You know, one of them ones. But there's so much skills that you can take from just throwing on a battle rap event and doing stuff like that, and organize an event that you can take and now go and actually take to a real job or start a real business and say, actually, I've organized an event where 100 people came, and I've had to tell them when the DJ starts and when the DJ stops and when people come out to perform and when the food comes out and when the bar opens. And you know what I mean? That's all skills and stuff that people can take to the real world. Rapping obviously is cool, but it only will take you so far, innit?
Yeah, of course. I think as a battle rapper myself and then a promoter, I do prefer the promoting a bit more, but the politics of the promoting side of it is fucking, half the time is just what ruins it. When you're a battler, you don't see half of it because you're not bothered, it doesn't affect you.
Yeah, definitely. But see, I feel the other way because I feel like I'm a laid back person. Like, when I'm promoting my events, like, I'm not going to lie, they're kind of known for being quite laid back.
Yeah.
Like, even like, I don't know, man. I'm not necessarily the most on time, but I'm not the most late. it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be any different from any typical battle rap event. I might be an hour late opening the doors or whatever than we built. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be drastic, but at the same time, like I don't rush shit. I like to let shit flow how it comes, and I just feel like when I'm battling, I probably got to remember bars and stuff. So in my mind, I feel more anxious. Whereas if I'm organising an event, cool, you lot have got to remember the bars and that. All I've got to do is just make sure I'm giving you lot your money or whatever I've got to do. And do you know what I mean? It's like I can relax a little bit more when I'm not battling at an event as a fan.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. Was there any sort of like conversation between you and Ron when you went back to Don't Flop? Did that have, cause didn't you two fall out before you went back? Or was it more just the Ronald thing?
Yeah, we like the whole reason I fell out of him basically was because I put Big J versus Bombshell at my first own King of the Ronalds event.
Yeah.
And obviously kind of sent Big J a snide message, and Big J kind of felt a little bit of a way about it. And he asked me he basically just said to me like, "Oh, do you think that I can't battle at Don't Flop anymore?" Like, and I felt guilty, innit?
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I wasn't even trying to ruin my friend Big J's career or nothing. And like, if it really meant that much, like, I'd rather he didn't battle at Don't Flop. Didn't battle for King of the Ronalds and just carried on doing his Don't Flop thing, and I'd just find other battlers. Like, I didn't want that to mean so much to affect him.
Yeah.
And then that's what got me pissed off in it. Like, it wasn't like I was even trying to affect people's livelihoods or their hobbies or whatever the fuck it is to them. Like, I didn't want to make it a grievance or anything. So when messaged Big J that, I messaged angrily in it. And just basically said, bruv, stuff don't flop up your ass. I don't want nothing to do with you, blah, 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 blah. And then where I'm so stubborn, I just stood by that for like basically for too long, innit? And all of them ones, like, it wasn't anything special. Like, it wasn't a big argument over money or anything like that. It was just like, it's just stupid stuff like that. Yeah.
So just sort of like a natural transition into sort of just running the training days now then?
Yeah, that's it. And then I obviously went off with King of the Ronalds, spent about 2-3 years dissing Don't Flop with Mickey, riding his beef. And then, like I said, Mickey joined back up with Don't Flop and then got me back up with and I was like, cool, we got no problems anyway.
Yeah.
And then it was Mickey. Mickey got me running. Mickey's the one who, me and Mickey was meant to be running training days. Mickey's the reason why I'm back running training days, basically. But then Mickey just done a U-turn and backed out last minute.
I was going to say that. Did that take you by surprise when Mickey went back to Don't Flop?
This is the thing though. So I've left Don't Flop and I've gone and back Mickey. Then I've come back to Don't Flop because Mickey's basically asked me to.
Yeah.
So now if I leave Don't Flop again, because Mickey's up, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not playing these games, innit? I'm just gonna do what I'm doing, innit, man? Like, obviously I love Mickey, he can do what he needs to do. I know he don't feel no way about me doing what I need to do, but there's no point in me following, man. Like, I'm gonna do what I feel like I'm doing, innit? The first couple of times I didn't follow Mickey, I just moved where I felt it was right, innit?
Yeah, of course.
But now it's like, if it don't feel right, to then just not do an opportunity because Mickey said he don't want it. Then it's just gonna feel stupid.
No, definitely makes sense. Similar to what you just said with Big J, like, you wasn't gonna stop Big J having a good Don't Flop career for the sake of battling Bombshell and King of the Ronalds. So it's the same with you, sort of. It's a good opportunity to run a league, which you've wanted to do anyway, so you get to do that. And obviously Don't Flop is still a big brand, so fucking hell. It's a nice little place to follow your feet at, isn't it?
But this is the thing, like, a lot of people, even who support the King of the Ronalds and shit, like, we built a whole, like, forum and that. Like, our forum was one of the most popping forums, like, ever on Facebook. Like, and we had no rules and kind of thing. Obviously, if it wasn't, like, nasty or rapey or anything like that, too deep racism and stuff like that, then obviously, like, it was kind of no holds barred, innit? Like, but, like, like I said, we was the first people to just actively go against Don't Flop, and we built like a cult following of people who was like popped out of the woodworks, like, yeah, I hate Don't Flop because ignored me at an event 3 years ago, and I hate Don't Flop because I never replied to my inbox when I sent in my new tune. And it's like, bro, like, cool, innit? Like, I get some of you, but like a lot of you are just really here. But what are we gonna do? Turn them away? Like they're following us now because we just marketed it this way. So yeah, it was kind of weird, like, but it was cool still.
And you as a battler, is there any sort of like battles that should have been set up or have been talks to set up but just never happened that you wish would have? Or
obviously Reverse Live, man. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously for the event where I booked Bobby Rex versus Billzar, I paid for Reverse Live's flights to come over here and battle me, innit?
Yeah.
That would have been sick because it would have been his first time in the UK. And again, like with King of the Ronalds, and one thing I rate about Mickey, it was like, bro, we don't want the Americans that have always come here, innit?
Yeah.
We could have probably got any old American, like, kind of regular name at the time. But it was like, let's get people who's never battled in the UK before. That was our thing. Yeah. So, yeah, Reverse Live, that was like a nice little golden ticket. He didn't ask for much. I said I'll book his flights, we'll get him accommodation, get him some weed, get him some hoes, you know, one of them ones, all of that sort of stuff. And then he was like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. The day before the battle, he said he can't leave the country because probation told him he can't. And it was like, bro, like, we booked this months ago, you know.
Yeah,
like,
say this.
Booked this months ago. And yeah, that was a battle that like I thought would be quite sick still. Holt versus Reverse Live, like it was sort of been a different battle.
No, that'd have been because that wasn't even penciled in that long ago. That was probably just before you ended King of the Rounds, wasn't it? Was it like the last event or something?
Nah, yeah, it was one of the last events. Yeah, the event, like I said, the event where Bobby Rex versus Billzar happened.
Yeah.
So it was quite a big event still. Like it was a good event. Pedro battled Carton Shanks there. It was like a couple of good battles there.
Who do you reckon's the toughest person you've been against?
It's hard to even think of it like that, you know?
Yeah. Is there anyone you've battled where you've started and you've gone, fuck, this is going to be close?
I'd probably say Rivers, you know?
Yeah.
But that's because it ended up getting uploaded on King of the Ronalds, I think. No, is it on Gab? I think it's on Gab. Yeah, it's on Gab. But yeah, it's only because again, when I first went to Gab, I'm not gonna lie, like I underestimated Gab in it, and I watched a lot of the Gab things. I'd been to when Big J battled there, and I battled Ace Boogie there at the time, and I think I battled Fiora as well before that. And like a lot of them just weren't really like I knew I was coming shit because I thought they was coming shit. Yeah. And a lot of them weren't really punching or had like much good schemes and all of that sort of shit. It was all about the bully and disrespect kind of tactics that they wanted to do. And I just weren't really feeling it. And then I just weren't really coming with the like my best shit. And then when I came, obviously I think me and Rivers was quite a close battle. I'm not gonna lie, like it was a good battle. But I was underprepared in a way where I definitely overlooked Gab at the time, and I just thought, this is gonna be easy anyway. Yeah. And then Rivers actually came with it. So yeah.
I've had a few like that. Fucking Koj was mine. As soon as he started spitting, I was like, fucking hell, I didn't expect him to be this good. It's probably his best performance he's ever given as well.
Even Koj as well. Like I battled Koj and I took it like because I just snatched it up because he was one of them don't flop guys who fell out with and ran straight to King of the Ronalds for a battle, and he was online dissing us. Like I had arguments with him online over King of the Ronalds. So I just jumped at the opportunity to battle, hardly wrote anything, hardly memorized anything, and just showed up with a bit of a shit performance and shit.
Yeah. Fuck. As a promoter, I might as well talk about this anyway because it's sort of a topic of today. All the stuff that's going on in the sort of Irish battle rap community. What's your sort of take on that as a promoter? How would you deal with that if that was training days?
The thing is that like the where the Irish scene's so small, and some of these guys with views and stuff have got so much power, they have to think about the question that you just asked me, like how would you deal with it?
Yeah.
I don't think that if that was issue over here or in this battle rap community, I don't think that it would be anything that I would have to deal with or I would be even thinking about considering dealing with because like as long as I've got, this is the thing, like it's relationship. I think the problem is obviously with Rap is Full, Rory stays very neutral. And obviously Matt has been putting money into events and developing things and building things up.
Yeah.
Now, Matt is obviously saying to people, if I'm going to keep investing money and booking people and developing things and building it up, then can you guys promote it with me and help me build it? That's all I'm asking you to do.
Yeah.
Some people are saying, basically, don't tell me what to do. We've been doing this before you, blah, blah, blah. Like, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's counterproductive, isn't it, man? Some people are too proud for themselves, isn't it? And that's the problem.
Nice.
But in the UK, like, I think with me personally, to answer your question, sorry, you know, but if that was happening with training days, I've got a good enough relationship with everyone that I usually book in UK battle rap, or everyone that I've planned to book, or, you know, I know there's people that I can't book. I know there's people that don't fuck with me. I know there's people, but again, that's why me and her can kind of work with each other, because there's people I say to, I'll message him and say, oh, this person would be sick on my card, but I don't think they'd reply to me. Hit them up, innit? And he'll do the same to me. He'll be like, I've never spoke to this person before, so you might as well hit them up to put them on the battle. We're like, cool. But we've got the relationships there where all of this stuff could have happened behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And it has. It did with Don't Flop, then it fell out. And obviously there's a lot of people who would dislike Don't Flop for bad business or whatever. Like you were saying to Yannick, I watched it a little bit of it, a clip of it the other day. And you know, people say bad business or whatever and talk of their own experiences. But at the end of the day, it's all kind of behind the scenes stuff that doesn't need to be in a forum with people fighting each other. And then in the same breath, you're going to talk about building and developing your scene.
Yeah.
You're infighting.
It seems like nowadays, well, especially with the forums, a lot of this shit does go on the forums before it does hit your inbox. Like if I've got an issue with, look at, for example, use it as an example, when Rivers left Premier Battles, I didn't put anything on the internet. I was on the phone to him and we spoke it out for like 2 hours and then it was sorted. It is what it is. It ended how it ended. But I'd rather do that than jump on the forum going, you said this, I said this, he's a cunt, and then try and... It's like a weird thing now for likes and fucking conversation on forums rather than just going straight to Matt and going, look, you handled that wrong.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Definitely.
What's next for you then? Have you got any sort of battles coming up or anyone you're interested in battling? Obviously, COVID fucking taken into account.
Not really, you know. Obviously, I was meant to battle Georgie Roots before the lockdown obviously happened.
Yeah.
I was scheduled to battle Georgie Roots at the Fiddler's Elbow, and I was scheduled to battle Bobby Rex on the Beat Fighter event in Shrewsbury. And was that? Yeah, I think that might have been it. But so I ain't really booked battles now. People have, I think, like Matt obviously spoke to me about coming out to Ireland once all this is done, and that obviously I won one of the legitimate target tournaments.
Yeah.
And he sent me the euros, and that's Matt's been splashing the cash during lockdown. But yeah, so yeah, obviously you hit me up the other day about a battle and stuff. So I suppose everything's just opening back up now, isn't it? So
yeah,
people are starting to think about what's happening next, man. And I suppose as a battler, people are going to be hitting up people.
Yeah.
And seeing who's available, I suppose.
Are you looking? Is there anyone you've sort of got your eye on battling UK wise, or are you looking more international now, or what? Or just whatever's a good battle?
To be honest with you, man, it's not like I don't necessarily have a preference, but obviously it should make sense, kind of thing, man. It should make sense, I think. Should make some kind of sense, man. Like even Georgie Roots, it's funny how me and him was booked to battle. Lockdown happened, and then I beat him in the online battle audio tournament. So now when we do battle, it's gonna be like a bit of a grudge. Like you get me? He was a bit pissed that he lost that. Like so. Again, it's like stuff like that. It feels like cool. It was meant to happen. Me and Bobby Rex been meant to happen for time, for time. You get me? He'll tell you I was probably the first person to ever pay him for a battle. So, like things will just happen, innit? I don't like to force things, but I think I'll have a good few battles coming up now, man. I think I'll have a good few. I'm battling. I've just submitted my round for some American K-Sharp TV channel as well. So
Yeah.
Against some guy called Mike Burner. So go check that out. I'll probably be out when you watch this.
Oh, decent. I've got a few. I put it in the forum while we was talking, just asking if anyone wants me to ask you anything. So I'll just roll a few by you. Someone's asked, how many pairs of pants do you go through?
To be honest with you, bro, like probably like most people, innit? I get my boxers. I don't wear pants, innit? I wear boxers, but I get my boxers at unless it's an American person, and obviously I wear pants, but we don't call them that. But yeah, I get my boxers at like Christmas and that most of the time. But sometimes during the year, I gotta go shops and get boxers. I get them from TK Maxx and that mostly. Sometimes some Primark ones and that will do. But boxers are expensive though. This is a lot of things. You see these little forum boys with little spotty guys who probably even ask this shit. Yeah, they don't buy their own pants, bro. See, when you live at home with your mum and you get your own boxers and that bought for you, bro, you think life's sweet. You see, when you actually have to go to the shop and buy boxes and you look at the price and you're like, oh shit, I've got to spend 30 quid on this pack of boxes, bro. Are you fucking dumb?
Well, the ones with rips in look a bit more wear out of them when you got to start paying £5-6 for a pack.
Trust me, bro.
James Trenchard, has said, who do you think is the current best in the UK? And are we ever going to see a grudge match with Tox? And I've not told him to write that, by the way.
Yeah, of course. Current best in the UK is hard to even answer, man, because who's current? Like, it's been a while. Obviously, people like Gemini and stuff, he ain't battled in a while.
Yeah.
Like Tony D's not really considered active.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I suppose when you look at kind of newcomers and stuff, I suppose like Shotty, obviously, there's no point mentioning people like that. Obviously,
yeah, like, they're not active, are they? Once every blue moon.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I suppose, to be honest with you, it is people like Bobby Rex and that, man. Like, it's the active people. Like even Georgie Roots, even though he's brand new.
Yeah,
he's brand new. Like, I put my money behind him as one of the best active battle rappers right now.
I do want to see Georgie more a cappella though, because I don't think I've seen enough to fully know where he is. A cappella.
Yeah. Him versus Frost has got to come out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's done a couple more as well. But yeah, no, definitely, he's got to be in the mention, I suppose, in terms of active, man. Because I don't know who's active right now, man.
Yeah, of course. He's built a buzz for himself, hasn't he? And are we ever going to see Tox versus Hulk?
Bro, you know what? Tox can wait because he wants it, innit? You know what the thing is, yeah? You see Tox, yeah? My man, he used, like, I never used to even want to battle him. And he used to argue with me and then build the narrative that I was begging to battle him and he was this bigger and that bigger. And he used to proper try and like even to a point where Rivers made a little group chat on Messenger with me and Tox, saying to battle on Gab, how much do we want? Rah, rah, rah. I said, yeah, I'll do it. I'll take his head off. Boom, boom, boom. Tox said no. And then he screenshotted and cut basically and made it look like the message is, oh, Hulk inboxed me to battle him. And I said no. You know, like them sort of stupid tactics like that.
Yeah.
Like, he's proper on this WWE shit. So for that reason alone, it's like, bro, like, you can wait now, innit? Like, the table's kind of turned, innit? When he was like at Premier Battles and I was at King of the Ronalds, and he was like, oh yeah, we're on this platform now and kind of looking down on man. It's like, all right, cool. But then I came to Premier Battles and like even my first round with Matter, cool. People can debate it. Personally, I feel like I might have even beat Matter 2-0. But when you fuck up a third round, bro, it's very impactful, innit? So I understand that, innit? Yeah, and I do accept that L, innit? But at the same time, you see them first couple rounds when I was spitting, I looked at Tox and Tox was looking at me and he couldn't, like, I know Tox wanted to mock me, innit? You know, one of them ones, he was there to mock me. And the day when I battled Roby, Tox was there to mock me. And he tried to mock me before I battled Roby. And afterwards, I was mocking him outside for the whole evening. But the thing is that when I've come to Premier Battles, I've done my thing. And now he's looking at me like, okay, like, he wants to kind of put me back in my place. And it's like, now, bro, you've got to wait, innit? Because I never asked to battle you in the first place, but now for some reason you want to battle me all of a sudden. Everyone's tried to book it. No Loose Chat's tried to book it. Don't Flop want to book it. Everyone wants to book it. Now I can look at it like, okay, cool. Who's offering me the most money?
Yeah.
I think not one of them ones. Like Tops wants to just battle me. Why? Because he thinks he's got a good third round or whatever. Probably deeper than that one.
Fuck. Because I bet that battle's pretty much been set up nearly a few times. I know we've literally set it up once and the event got cancelled.
Yeah. That was when it was set up. And then I think the what's that? The platform tried to set it up, but then me and you ended up getting set up because I said no to Tops.
Yeah.
But a few people have tried to set it up.
Fucking hell. So hopefully one day we'll see it. Someone, James Absalom has said, who do you think your best performance was against?
Personally, innit? Like, I don't think my best performances that I think might be the ones that people think. But I'd say probably Chrome on King of the Dot. I'd say Impact on Gift of the Gab. I'd say Cystic on Don't Flop. So far, my Canal one ain't out yet on Don't Flop, but that might be a good one. I need to watch it back. I might have been a bit stumbly. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I was drunk. But yeah, King of the Ronalds, probably Big J. O'Shea or Mickey Worthless. I don't know, man. So yeah, just different leagues, man. Like, yeah.
Conor Rainsworth has said, what are your current thoughts on Little Maisie?
Little Maisie's a waste, man. Listen, like, do you know what it is with Little Maisie? I feel sorry for a minute, yeah. I've had his family all up in my inbox and that, like, he's lost, man. He's lost. Like, you see kids like that, bruv, yeah? Like, he should just allow rapping, innit, man? Just allow it. Because it's doing him more bad than good for his own life and his mental health, innit? And I don't even mean that in a bad way. I'm not here to troll him or bully him or anything. But it's clear that, like, the people that he's trying to market his music and his opinions to don't vibe with it. Like, not everyone in UK battle rap vibes with my opinions. I've got opinions that people want to challenge in real life. That's cool. But I can let them challenge that and I can go live my life and carry on. I don't know if Little Maisie, like, the problem is like, it's cool to say, make jokes with another, like, I think the whole situation that Little Maisie that we're talking about right now is that a person who is half black and half white, who is more or less considered as a black person, made a joke about, he posted the coronavirus is more likely to kill black people and posted it as a joke saying, thank God or whatever. And Little Maisie commented and basically agreeing in some sort of agreement saying, thank God or whatever. So it's just about social awareness. Like, he's probably autistic. I don't know. Does he think this is like, you get me? Like, I don't think it was malicious. Like, he's trying to joke along with the guy, but it's just not realizing, bro, do you not realize people are going to look at that and think, bro, that's not really the joke thing to do. Like, that's going to get a lot of people in their thoughts about you. But then to say that it's cool one person making a joke about it like that, someone like Big J, for example, who blatantly rolls with black people and blatantly loves black culture or whatever, you might look at it one way, but then Little Maisie's already openly supported Nigel Farage, like fully went and cheered when Brexit happened, travelled to London from Luton to cheer at the chime of the Big Ben when Brexit happened. Like, people like that, you kind of can build an assumption of what their kind of attitude is towards ethnic minorities, and then when they make a joke like that, it kind of just puts the cherry on the cake for people, man.
Yeah, of course.
Dug his own hole.
Crash D has said, can you give us a list of every rapper you put in a headlock and why?
I'm not going to give the list right now online because I'm not going to give that exclusive information away. I'm going to compile the list though, and I'm going to have evidence of the whole list. I'm going to contact Guinness. It's going to be in the Guinness Book of Records. But one thing I will say is that Crafty will be on that list, 100%.
Have you headlocked Crafty already, or is that to come?
No, that's to come. He will be on the list though, definitely.
He's your champion though, you can't do that.
No. Do you know what? Yeah, like, no. You get me? It's all good. Like, people have been in the headlocks as Mickey, Lefty, people like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's all jokes, innit? But it's still a real headlock, innit? Press one might get one too if he keeps licking my nuts long enough, but he just keeps begging it too much, bro. Like, nah, I don't even want to give him a headlock now. It's like, no.
Fuck's sake. The last question I've got here is: are you worried? Who's this from? From Chris Thompson. Are you worried when Chris B rolls up on him at the next event?
Definitely, bro. Definitely. He made a whole song saying he's gonna ride me. Basically, he done some Lil Nas X remix.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. Nah, Chris B again, bro. These people, like, I feel like it's cool, it's fun and games. We can laugh and joke at them, but we need to definitely have an open conversation about their mental health, man. About like Chris B, Lil Maisie, Magic Mike, all of you, like, bro, we need to have a very open conversation about your mental health and where do you believe? Because even like, there's people that I've even said to her and that in it, yeah, that like, bro, maybe we shouldn't book this person because people are gonna laugh at it like so much, like, you know, one of them ones, and then like we don't know what their life like at home. And if they've actually even got a carer and all that sort of stuff. Like online, it looks like you're violating some fucking vulnerable person. You're letting them come and, you know, you're just letting them come and have a battle. But people looking at that online and sees everyone laughing when they get ripped and that. And it's like, you got to be careful, man. And it's the same. This is why I was like, with Magic Mike and shit, like, you blatantly look like you're not mentally all there. You're there trying to really impress everyone with your really sick bars, and they're so terrible, everyone's cracking up and saying that you're sick. But then when someone says that you're actually shit, bro, like, they get like a mental health breakdown on that one. Briggsy, my battery's gonna die, you know, right now.
Is it? Right, yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll edit that bit there. I'll cut it from there. I'll just wrap it up.
All right.
Yo, shouts to everyone that's locked into the Premier Battles podcast. Shouts to Hulk for joining me as well. Make sure you do click subscribe and comment below who you do want me to talk to in the future. Hulk, hopefully we get to see you on Apex this year, mate. Let me know who you got an interest in battling. We'll see what we can make happen.
Safe, brother.
Keep on.
I've been waking at 10 missed calls. Another email that I ain't replied to. Another day comes with another stress, and I can't keep up if I try to. Man, it always goes wrong when I try to make right, and I'm always on the grind every day of my life. Man, I try to turn a penny to a million, but I ain't ever paid no price. I don't know about the sacrifice, the lack of sleep, the writer's block, the lack of pee, the lost loves, the fake friends, and the same cycle to the day ends. Man, it's all the same. Fuck a snake, if my line don't ring, I don't want it to. So don't down my line if you want to, cause I ain't got shit that I want to. See, I ain't got no time for you. Don't call me, there's no line for you. Don't tell me what you're trying to do, cause I ain't got time for you. There ain't no line for you.